The Amazon rainforest is a place of breathtaking beauty, a vast green ocean of trees stretching across a continent. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy, creating a world of shifting light and deep shadow, alive with the hum of insects and the calls of unseen birds. Often called the lungs of the planet, the Amazon breathes in carbon dioxide and breathes out the oxygen that sustains life. But beneath this beauty lies a world of constant struggle. Every creature, every leaf, is locked in a relentless fight for survival. The vibrant colors of a poison dart frog warn predators to stay away, while the silent jaguar stalks its prey through the undergrowth. This is a realm of extraordinary biodiversity and profound danger. The Amazon covers an area so vast it would swallow much of Western Europe, home to more species than anywhere else on Earth. Scientists are still discovering new plants and animals hidden within its depths, a living library of life. Yet, this emerald jewel is fragile. The delicate balance that has existed for millions of years is now under threat. The dangers within the forest, predators, poisons, the unforgiving environment, are now overshadowed by a new, more destructive force. The story of the Amazon is one of immense beauty, ancient origins, and a modern struggle for survival. Its fate is tied to the fate of our planet. The Amazon story began long before the first tree took root, with the slow movement of Earth's tectonic plates. Over 100 million years ago, South America and Africa were joined, and a massive river flowed westward. The rise of the Andes Mountains changed everything, blocking the river's path, and creating a vast inland sea. For millions of years, this lake dominated the landscape, until sediment from the Andes filled it in. Trapped water searched for a new escape, carving a path eastward, and giving birth to the Amazon River. This river became a collector of countless tributaries, forming a network of waterways across the continent. The river carried rich nutrients from the mountains, creating fertile soil and perfect conditions for life to flourish. The first seeds of the rainforest sprouted, evolving over millions of years into the dense jungle we see today. The Amazon became a living laboratory, shaped by fire, ice, and shifting continents. Its origins are written in the rocks, rivers, and the diversity of life it supports. The rainforest's ancient beginnings set the stage for the explosion of biodiversity that followed. Today, the Amazon stands as a testament to the power of geological and evolutionary forces. Its story is one of transformation, resilience, and the birth of a green paradise. The Amazon's ancient origins remind us that nature's greatest wonders are forged over eons, and that their survival is never guaranteed. Once established, the Amazon became a showcase for evolution's creativity. Monkeys developed prehensile tails to swing through the canopy, while macaws evolved powerful beaks to crack tough nuts. Jaguars, with their spotted coats, became masters of stealth on the forest floor. Plants joined the competition for sunlight, some growing enormous leaves, others climbing high as epiphytes. Orchids and bromeliads thrive in the treetops, creating miniature worlds above the ground. Survival here often means chemical warfare. Plants produce toxins, and some animals, like the morpho butterfly and poison dart frog, turn those poisons into their own defense. Rivers teem with danger. Anacondas, piranhas, and electric eels all hunt in the murky waters. Every creature, from insect to mammal, has evolved unique tools to survive. The Amazon's diversity is matched only by its dangers. Life here is a constant test of adaptation and resilience. In this verdant realm, only the most ingenious survive. The rainforest is nature's ultimate proving ground. For thousands of years, indigenous communities have called the Amazon home. They learned the forest's secrets, what to eat, what to avoid, and how to heal. Expert hunters, fishers, and farmers, they cultivated crops and navigated the rivers with skill. Their knowledge was passed down through generations, woven into culture and spirituality. They used the forest's dangers to their advantage, crafting medicines and hunting tools from plants and animals. The forest was a provider, a teacher, and a sacred home. Their lives were deeply connected to the cycles of the forest, floods, fruiting trees, and animal migrations. They lived sustainably, ensuring the forest could provide for future generations. The first peoples of the Amazon were true masters of survival in one of Earth's most challenging environments. In 1541, Spanish conquistador Francisco de Orellana set out in search of El Dorado and found the Amazon instead. Lost and desperate, he and his men built a boat and journeyed down the river, facing starvation, disease, and constant danger. To their surprise, they encountered thriving villages and organized agriculture, evidence of a complex civilization. During one battle, Orellana's party claimed to have fought fierce women warriors, inspiring the river's name, the Rio Amazonas. Orellana's journey shattered European myths of an empty wilderness. But his arrival marked the beginning of a dark era for the Amazon's people and wildlife. More explorers, missionaries, and colonists followed, seeking to claim the land and its riches. The Amazon's world was forever changed by this first encounter. The river's name remains a reminder of the clash between two worlds. The consequences of that meeting still echo through the forest today. The Amazon's fate was now tied to the ambitions of outsiders. The rubber boom of the late 1800s brought a new wave of devastation to the Amazon. The world's hunger for rubber made fortunes for a few, but brought suffering to many. Cities like Manaus and Iquitos flourished with European luxury, built on the backs of rubber tappers and enslaved indigenous people. The rubber baron's greed led to torture, murder, and the destruction of entire cultures. This era, known as the Rubber Terror, left deep scars on the land and its people. The boom ended when rubber seeds were smuggled to Asia, breaking the Amazon's monopoly. The jungle cities faded, but the legacy of violence and exploitation remained. Indigenous populations were decimated, and the forest's trust was shattered. The rubber boom is a stark lesson in the cost of unchecked greed. The Amazon's history is marked by cycles of exploitation and loss. Its resilience has been tested time and again, but the scars of the past still shape its present. Today, the Amazon faces its greatest threat: deforestation. Vast areas are cleared each year for cattle ranching, soy cultivation, and infrastructure projects. Roads and dams fragment the ecosystem, opening the forest to loggers, miners, and settlers. Illegal gold mining poisons rivers with mercury, devastating wildlife and communities. Climate change brings droughts and fires, pushing the rainforest toward a tipping point. Scientists warn that if enough forest is lost, it may never recover. The Amazon could transform into a dry savanna, with catastrophic consequences for biodiversity and climate. The forest's delicate balance is at risk. The choices we make now will determine its future. The Amazon's survival hangs in the balance. Even without human threats, the Amazon is a place of danger and respect. Getting lost in the dense, disorienting jungle can be deadly. Venomous snakes, spiders, and scorpions lurk in the shadows, while mosquitoes spread deadly diseases. The bullet ant's sting is legendary for its pain, and army ants can overwhelm anything in their path. Rivers hide their own perils: anacondas, caimans, and the infamous candiru. Flash floods and unseen currents make waterways treacherous. The Amazon's beauty conceals a world of hazards. Survival demands constant vigilance and deep knowledge. For those unprepared, the forest can be unforgiving. Nature's dangers are ever present, shaping life in the Amazon. Respect for the forest is not optional. It's essential. The Amazon stands at a crossroads, its future uncertain. It remains a place of wonder, a treasure trove of biodiversity and ancient wisdom, yet deforestation and climate change threaten to silence its symphony of life. The loss of the Amazon would be a tragedy for humanity and the planet. Protecting it requires supporting indigenous guardians, creating sustainable alternatives, and demanding action from leaders. The solutions are complex, but not impossible. Countless people are working to protect this vital ecosystem. The choices we make today will decide the Amazon's fate. We can choose to act, to raise our voices, and to demand change. The story of the Amazon does not have to end in loss. It can be a story of hope, recovery, and balance with nature. The time to write that new chapter is now. The Amazon's future is in our